My name is Michael Hornbuckle. I'm currently the manager here at Mile High Sober Living in Congress Park in Denver, Colorado, president of the Hornbuckle Foundation, and a musician.
You gonna keep going?
Yeah.
So what do you do as the house manager at this sober house?
I guess first and foremost is I oversee the recovery of the other clients in the house, and it's my responsibility to make sure they're meeting the house rules, progressing in their recovery, and staying sober.
So why do you do it?
Sober living has become for me an integral part in my recovery, from being a client to a senior house member to eventually managing houses. It's really created an atmosphere. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's looking good, guys.
Huh?
Yeah.
Did you lock it?
I did.
Okay, good, because that fucker will keep flying up.
Someone already. Same question.
What was the question?
Why?
Do you do it?
What is sober living? Yep. Why?
Why do you do it? Why do you manage sober houses?
Yep.
Sober living has been an important role in my recovery personally. From early on being a client to eventually a senior house member to managing the house. For me to be in an environment where making recovery central in our life, it becomes a habit. So when clients are ready to leave, it's not so foreign to them. It just becomes part of what they do. There's a weekly house meeting where we check in and we're expected to be progressing in our recovery. So from early on, hopefully being open to taking some guidance, to eventually becoming to a place where I can offer some guidance, helps give my life some purpose and meaning and some value in recovery, to where it's not a chore, it's just who I am, you know.
So you mentioned that you were in recovery yourself.
I'm in recovery. I've been back in recovery for about 2 years now. I have a long track record of trying to maintain recovery for about 2 decades. For the longest time, I knew I needed help, and but I wanted it to be easy. So I did a tour of treatments all across the country, and down into Mexico even, from the best treatments to the worst treatments, and in hopes that 30, 60, 90 days would fix me. Even trying to go down to Tijuana to do some stuff called ibogaine, even doing stints on Antabuse to not drink, and nothing was sufficient until I came to a place where I was ready to work for it, work at it, and prioritize it in my life. It had to become, as they say, the last house on the block for me. I had to exhaust all other options. I really wish there was a cure out there for people like me, but they're not. There isn't. And being involved in sober living and living around a group of guys who all have one primary focus, and allowing that to help me build a new fellowship in my life has become invaluable. I'm becoming real proud of the recovery scene here in Denver, and I think that after experiencing out in Los Angeles, because it's really a huge community of recovery out there, and there's a lot of fun stuff to do, and I think Denver specifically is like right on the cusp of sort of following suit, in the sense that as the population and the influx of people continues to grow here, so does the amount of creativity, and as we sort of keep developing and finding our identity as a city, so will the recovery community follow. So I think that what we're doing, I know you and I and a few other people I know are doing, is making like a concerted effort to make recovery fun, in way of throwing events. You know, you and I still play music. We still live our lives as we did. We're just sober now. And I think it's important for other guys to see that we can do that. The inspiration from one guy just begets it to the next guy. And that's been huge in my life. I had to know that I could still play music, that I could still go places that I didn't used to be able to go, and maintain any sense of sanity. So I think that it's really cool being involved in that as it changes, and it's changing right now. Yeah.
Is it hard to be a sober musician?
It's not hard to be a sober musician. It's a lot different being a sober musician. I have a whole new experience. It's a more authentic experience. It's something I really felt I was denying myself for a long time. And I'm very grateful that I get to experience this side of it. For a long time, I didn't think it was going to be possible for me to experience it. Like I said, I wanted there to be a quick fix, and I would always go back into the same environments, doing the same old things after 60, 90 days in a treatment or whatever. And I just had it all backwards. I get to experience music and all these other blessings in my life now as a byproduct of centralizing recovery. Because if I don't have that, you know, then I don't have anything else.
What do you want to talk about?
Talk a little bit about this house.
All right.
Let's talk about the friends here. Let's talk about the people here. Let's talk about some fun things that you guys do. What keeps you guys busy? What keeps you motivated?
All right. So what's a typical day like? You wake up, you get coffee, you smoke a cigarette. What do you do?
Coffee and cigarettes are huge to recovery. I personally say fuck a lot. I cuss a lot. I gotta get it out. Morning time primarily is devoted to screwing your head on straight and getting connected to something. For me, it's huge to have a routine and it's something we stress to the guys around here and expect of them, is to keep that routine, do something physically active, do something that involves recovery literature, and do something that has to do with spiritual maintenance, i.e. pray, meditate. It's important for me to start off the day like that. And I liken it to tuning my guitar. It doesn't matter how good I can play guitar. If I don't tune my guitar correctly before I go on stage, it's going to sound like shit. That's how I approach the beginning of the day. We're really fortunate enough to be here in Congress Park next to the oldest AA clubhouse west of the Mississippi. York Street is 3 blocks away. If guys aren't working during the day, they're expected to be at meetings or looking for jobs. And we assist as much as we can in that process. If they come from out of town and they don't know how to go about getting food stamps, any sort of assistance medically, if they need job references, if they need anything like that we can help with, that's what our day is devoted to. You know, guys have different schedules, and some of them work and some of them aren't right now. So when they get home, it's decompression time. This is our sanctuary. This is where we socialize and check in daily. God damn, I didn't make that sound very fun, did I?
It's all good. Hey, make sure you're always just focusing on Bryce too. Don't ever try to look at me or Josh.
Sorry.
No, you're good, man. No worries. It's looking good.
So what's a typical guy like? What are they like when they get here? What kind of drugs are you seeing?
A lot of heroin and meth. You know, the pure alcoholics seem to be older fellas, but there seems to be it's just all seems to be the same. People are sick when they come in here. They're a mess. You know, they're generally coming from treatment or detox, so physical parts usually bowed up, but then it's all up here. So there's not detoxing going on here. There's just the mental mess. A big thing about why I do this is being able to witness that change. Because I get to play in whatever capacity a role in miracles happening, and these fellows recreating their lives. And if they end up believing in God or spiritual concepts, co-creating their lives. And it's a give and take thing. So there's a lot of change that takes place, and it's invaluable for me to participate in my own recovery.
So you being the house manager helps you. It helps your recovery and your health.
Yeah, I mean it's the whole paradoxical thing about recovery is the principle of not being able to keep it unless you give it away type thing, and I have opportunity after opportunity every day, being here. It's my shortcut.
Is there a lot of fun? Are the guys having fun? Or
There's a lot of fun about recovery. Otherwise I wouldn't be here. We
Try to, I'm sorry guys, I don't mean to split everything up. Try to kind of repeat his question. So what was the last question that you said?
Is there fun about recovery?
Yeah, so repeat it, be like,
Is there fun about
there is
recovery?
fun about recovery. This is why it's fun or whatever. Just try to kind of repeat it if that makes sense. All right.
There's a lot of fun about recovery, and one thing that you get to witness here is like the first time that guy has a guttural laugh, and we still cut it up with each other. We're still out going about our lives, but when a fella finds that he can do that for the first time, it's quite liberating, and we still live our lives. That's it.
what's the goal? What's the average stay, and then what do we want to happen in that time, and then moving forward, what do you want to see?
I think that the biggest goal and the biggest hope for guys when they come in is that, first of all, if they commit as much time as they can here to give themselves the best possible chance for when they get out, and while they're here, to bust their butt at recovery, i.e. community-based fellowship meetings, whatever is required of you to do there, 12 steps. You can see it. You can see it on paper that the guys that do it generally obtain some longevity in recovery, and the guys that don't generally go the exact opposite way back to where they were, and a lot of the times die. So we have a lot of fun, but we also remember how serious this is, what we're doing. It's supposed to kill us. What we're dealing with is supposed to kill us. So the fact that we recover is and we do recover is miraculous.
How many times have you been to rehab?
My mom could probably give you the exact number because she covered most of the costs, but it's in the teens.
Yeah, teens. You've seen a lot of rehabs. You've seen a lot of sober houses. You've seen a lot of AA clubs. What's this sober house like compared to others? What's York Street like compared to other like AA that you've been to?
Well, this sober house is it's the basics, and I got this mantra of this recovery of keeping it simple, and I've gotten some mileage out of it. The first experience I had in Los Angeles managing a house out there was real trial and error, and I got thrown into it. There was a learning curve, and it continues to curve. here it's the basics are stressed, and there's not a whole lot of watered down any rocket science type stuff. It's just like, if you do what's worked for us and so many people, I can almost guarantee you, whoever I'm talking to, that you're gonna enjoy recovery. The meetings here are I mean, they're great. They're great meetings. Any meeting for me is a good meeting wherever I go. There seems to be a lot of humility here in Sharon. Los Angeles was a lot about, I mean, it's entertainment capital of the world, so you got a lot of characters sounding real good, and a lot of them are authentic and have great recovery. It's a little bit subdue here. It's just deliver the message and get on with it. You know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is there any way to close this interview with him? Where do you see yourself in the future? Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Oh fuck! I hate them questions.
Maybe like, what do you really want to get out of this? What do you want to obtain? What do you wish for your brothers? What do you wish for your people around here that, as you get to know other people, maybe what do you wish for those other people, or some good way to conclude it? You know what I mean? We're rolling.
So moving forward, what do you want to see? How do you want to see your life unfold in the lives of all the people that you're touching here unfold?
My hope for anybody that
Let's start it over one more time.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Was the
Burping.
question okay?
Yeah, the question was perfect. Just whenever you're ready, you can respond to the question.
So moving forward, how do you want to see your life unfold and the lives of the people that you've touched unfold?
My hope for anybody wishing to get in recovery is the exact same that I've been able to experience for myself. Relative comfort in my own skin, better relationships, repaired relationships, and a sense of purpose. I found passion again in my life for what I do. I have goals. I have certain goals and things I like to obtain, but the bottom line is that the more I trust in the moment and have faith in the moment from doing the right thing, things seem to unfold better than I could actually hope for. However I foresee things in the future is never how it turns out. That's my hope for everybody.
See, you know some people aren't going to make it.
Oh, yeah, most of us.
Most of us are probably going to end up going back out and or dying.
That should have, most of us are going to go out and die eventually, or end up in jail. That's a fact.
I don't know where I was going.
That's a fact. No, I mean, it's, you know, that's what I thought my future was holding for me. I'm one of these people that if I can succeed at this, if I can enjoy some solid, substantial, quality sobriety, anybody can. Anybody. You know.
That was great to end on right there.
That was a good one.
That was killer.